Hey everybody, Larry Bailey here with Mortgage Workflow Partners. We are live and another event at the mortgage community. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thanks very much for coming, everybody. Hola, Chris. Hi, Katie. Today is November 14th. I wish it was October. It's warmer back then. We've got the Christmas decorations already up. Today's conversation is going to be all about the closer. Remember, every Tuesday we meet at 4 p.m. Eastern, and the plan is for the remainder of this year. On Tuesdays, we're going to be talking about role-specific conversations, and on Thursdays at 1 p.m. Eastern, so 4 p.m. Eastern on Tuesday and 1 p.m. Eastern on Thursday. Thursday is all about settings. Last Thursday, we talked about custom fields, which is awesome. We had a really good conversation. Today's closers, I don't know if anybody on this call actually has ever held a closer position. I'd love to see if anybody's ever been a closer. I was a closer for a hot second, and it's a hard job. It's a very hard job. Jolene was in post-closing, which is almost as hard, except you don't have people yelling at you for their closing package, even though you just got the package. And they're like, where's my package? You're like, dude, I just got the file. Craig's like, yep. That's about it. And that's the reality of a closer. So, today's conversation, Kayla says I covered for closing for like 6 months. Kayla, how was the experience? Chris says he sits near the closers. You hear about this all day. It's the truth. Katie's like, yeah, hurry up and wait. Listen, when it comes to being a closer, it's in some cases, it's more stressful than the underwriter role because you have to know what's happened on the file, especially if you have the kind of workflow where your team does the ICDs, the initial closing disclosure, and then they get the file back and like the whole thing's changed, right? And so today I was going to go through a couple of basic topics. Topics I've got laid out for this conversation are closing conditions, talking about that, a closing summary form. Katie says I was smart and got out of my closing role during trade rollout. You missed all the fun, Katie. So the closing summary form and what that looks like, and how to fill in some of that information with field trigger business rules, as well as data templates specifically. The understanding between the aggregate setup and the CD page 4, because I think there's a lot of misunderstanding about that. The loan programs and how they're tied to closing doc plan codes. That's an important conversation. MAVENT, right? MAVENT. It's all about MAVENT when we're closing and the differences between preview and review. I've seen some gaps in that and how we can use it as a closer to make sure that we're closing a file without potential issues. The role in file contacts and where sending that file can sometimes create a problem on Loan Connect. We're going to talk about that. The use of a Proforma CD. So I'd love to hear from everybody about the Proforma CD. That's a big thing. And then the whole topic of pre-closing docs versus docs, especially with the persona updates and its 3 release. So that's the agenda. The idea of these conversations every week are to be collaborative. So if anybody has any particular stories they want to come up on stage and share, feel free. I'm going to do a screen share. So if you're listening to this on podcast, thank you very much. But make sure you get over to mortgage.community to watch the entire video replay, and you get to see the tree before all the Star Trek ornaments go up. I don't know if that'll be Thursday or the following or next week, but there will be Star Trek ornaments on there for everybody to enjoy. So let's go ahead and do a screen share. And again, I'll keep a good eye on the chat here. For those that are just showing up, today's all about the closer. So if you're a closer, or you were a closer, or you love a closer, and you want to find out more on how to make their lives better, easier, and less stressful, this is the place. This is definitely the place. So let me get my act together and share screen.